computer geeks are in for good news as their PCs will now be protected by the Prime Minister himself. Surprised? Well, take a look at this.
Prime Minister Narendra Modi is famous for being tech-savvy, be it updating his social network site or rallying across the nation with his 3D avatar. He is well known for being tech-friendly. Well, now Modi will be protecting the PCs for free. An IT firm has named its antivirus software after the Prime Minister. IT firm Innovation has named its new software as Namo Antivirus after the popular short name of Narendra Modi.
By building this software, we wanted to congratulate the current government. We also want to pass a message to the government that the nation has high expectations from them.
The software will provide free protection to PC users against malware and virus attacks. The current version of the software offers basic protection. The company is planning to launch advanced version for Apple as well. The antivirus has features like real-time detection of infection, intelligent scanning, custom detection and is light on the hard drive. First mobile phones, then apps and now an antivirus named after the Prime Minister. It looks like Modi is the current favorite of the software industry. A News9 report.
Now, people in Madikeri have come out in large numbers to buy non-vegetarian food items. But the reason behind buying these items is not any kind of celebration. Let's take a look as to what it is.
People in Madikeri are experiencing cold weather for the last couple of days. Heavy rains have made the weather in Kodagu as cold as in winters. People are now trying to find ways to get rid of the cold. People eating non-veg to get rid of cold. Yes, the markets at Sombarpet and Virajpet in Madikeri are flooded with non-vegetarian items. The demand for country chicken has increased in the region like never before. With the increase in sale of the chickens, the prices of these country chickens have also gone up. The prices differ depending upon the quality of the chicken.
Non-veg ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಈಗ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಹೋಯ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ಮಳೆಗಾಲ ಆಗಿದೆಯಲ್ಲ ಅದರ ಕಡೆಯಿಂದ ನಾಟಿ ಕೋಳಿಗಳು ಒಳ್ಳೆ ಸೇಲ್ಸ್ ಆಯ್ತಾ ಇದೆ.
ನಾಟಿ ಕೋಳಿ ಹೆಚ್ಚು ಇಷ್ಟಪಡ್ತಾರೆ ಜನ.
ನಾನು ಹೆಚ್ಚಿಗೆ ಇಷ್ಟಪಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ ನಾಟಿ ಕೋಳಿನ ಮಳೆಗಾಲ ಶುರು ಆಯ್ತಲ್ಲ ಅದರ ಕಡೆಯಿಂದ ನಾಟಿ ಕೋಳಿ ಹೆಚ್ಚಿಗೆ ಇಷ್ಟಪಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ.
ಏನೇನು ರೇಟಿಂದ ಎಲ್ಲಿ ತನಕ ರೇಟ್ ಇದೆ?
ಇದು ಮಿನಿಮಮ್ ಟಾರ್ಗೆಟ್ ಒಂದು ಕೋಳಿಗೆ 150 ರೂಪಾಯಿಂದ ಹಿಡಿದು 300 ರೂಪಾಯಿ ಗಂಟ ಇದೆ ಕೋಳಿಗಳು. ಸೈಜಿನ ಮೇಲೆ ಡಿಪೆಂಡ್ ಆಯ್ತದೆ ಕೋಳಿಗಳು. ಇಲ್ಲ ಇದು ತುಂಬ ಇಂಟ್ರೆಸ್ಟ್ ಪಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಮಳೆಗಾಲ ಶುರು ಆಯ್ತಲ್ಲ ಇನ್ನು ನಾಟಿ ಕೋಳಿಗೆ ಹೆಚ್ಚಿನ ಇದೆ.
Along with chicken, people are also buying different types of other non-vegetarian items. These include a variety of fishes like freshwater fish, prawns, crabs and stingray fish. The prices of these items have also gone up with the increase in demand, but this has not stopped the buyers from buying the items. With the increasing cold in the weather, people seem to have forgotten to eat vegetarian food. It is believed that non-vegetarian items keep the body warm. Perhaps this is one of the reasons for the increase in the sale of these items. Apart from that, people eating non-veg just need a reason to buy their favorite food item. And the cold weather in the region has given them the perfect reason. Manjunath KB, News9, Madikeri.
Now, the storm associated with heavy rains has wreaked havoc in several villages of Yadgir district, uprooting hundreds of electric poles. The villagers are now literally living in the dark for the past 2 weeks.
The first week of this month has not been kind to several villages in Yadgir district. It is the time for monsoon to set in, but this time it has happened on a messier note. Villagers in Yadgir district, namely Balichakra and Yalsatti, Narayanpura, Kodekal, Kakera, Dorinahalli, Hayalbi, Tadibidi, Kilankera have been the worst affected. Some electric poles in these villages are uprooted. Power supply has gone for a toss. The 3 villages in particular, Tadibidi, Kilankera and Yalsatti are literally in the dark for the last 2 weeks. With no power supply, the flour mills are rendered inactive and other electricity-based works have been completely stalled. The villagers are found cursing the officials of Yescom for not having turned up to reinstall electric poles.
ಈಗ ಮಳೆ ಗಾಳಿ ಜಗ್ಗಿ ಭಾಳ ಇದಾಗಿದ್ರಿ ಅದರಿಂದ ಎಲ್ಲ ಮನೆಗಳು ಬಿದ್ದವ ಮತ್ತು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನೀರಿನ ಕರೆಂಟ್ ಇಲ್ಲ ಸಾಬ್ರೆ ಕರೆಂಟಿಂದ ನೀರಿನ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಆಗಿದೆ ಗಿಡಗಳು ಬಿದ್ದವ ಮನೆಗಳು ಬಿದ್ದವ ಮತ್ತು ಅದನ್ನ ಮಕ್ಕಳು ಈಗ ಅವರಿಗೆ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ ಸಲುವಾಗಿ ಹೋದಾಗ ಲೈಟ್ ಯಾವಾಗ ಬರ್ತದೆ ಅದು ನಮ್ಗೆ ಏನು ಗೊತ್ತಾಗವಲ್ರಿ ಅದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ನಾವು ಎಷ್ಟು ತೊಂದರೆ ಇದ್ದರೆ ನೀವು ನಿಮ್ಮ ಕಡೆಯಿಂದ ದಯ ಆಗ್ಬೇಕ್ರಿ.
Since the schools have reopened, the students are finding it difficult to study. They are compelled to study under kerosene lamps and candles. According to YESCOM sources, 993 poles have been uprooted in all, and they had to re-erect 555 of them. The officials expressed confidence about reinstalling power supply in a couple of days.
ಈ ಹಾನಿಗೊಳಗಾದ ಕಂಬಗಳನ್ನು ಬದಲಾಯಿಸಲು ನಾವು ಹೊರಗುತ್ತಿಗೆ ಏಜೆನ್ಸಿ ಮೂಲಕ ಮಾಡಿಸ್ತೀವಿ. ಈಗಾಗಲೇ ಸುಮಾರು 555 ಕಂಬಗಳನ್ನ ಬದಲಾಯಿಸಿದ್ದೀವಿ. ಮತ್ತು ಈಗೆಲ್ಲ ಗ್ರಾಮಗಳಿಗೆ ಏನು ಅಡಚಣೆ ಆಗಿತ್ತು, ಕಂಬಗಳು ಮುರಿದಿದ್ದು ಅದನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ಬದಲಾಯಿಸಿದ್ದೀವಿ.
It started to rain heavily in the first week of June, as it usually happens in this part of the state. But this time around, the forceful winds have caused major damage. The YESCOM officials have to rush to all the affected villages and restore power supply. Shashikant Mendegar, News9, Yadgir.
Now, in a shocking incident, a visitor to the Madhugiri fort in Tumkur fell off a cliff and was later rescued by the locals. The victim, Gaurav, was trekking along with his friend when the incident occurred. At around 2:30 in the afternoon, it is reported that Gaurav decided to trek further while his friend wanted to go back to the base. On his way to the peak of the hill, Gaurav slipped and fell off a cliff 50 feet below. Later, Gaurav, who survived the fall, found his phone to be intact and immediately made a call to his friend and informed him about the incident. Gaurav's friend then went to ask for help from the localites, who immediately responded. But none of them could locate Gaurav easily until he started screaming out aloud. Hours later, he was rescued and rushed to a local hospital. He survived the fall with severe injuries to his abdomen. The duo, who hailed from Delhi, are thankful to the locals, as without them, Gaurav could not have been saved. Well, in a shocking incident, a visitor to the Madhugiri fort in Tumkur fell off a cliff and was later rescued by the locals. The victim, Gaurav, was trekking along with his friend when the incident took place. Now, last noon at around 2:30, it is reported that Gaurav decided to trek further while his friend wanted to head back to the base. On his way to the peak of the hill, Gaurav slipped and fell off a cliff 50 feet below. Later, Gaurav, who survived the fall, found his phone to be intact and immediately made a call to his friend and informed him about the incident. Gaurav's friend then went to ask for help from the localites, who immediately responded. None of them could locate Gaurav easily until he started to scream out. Hours later, he was rescued and rushed to a local hospital. He survived the fall with severe injuries to his abdomen. The duo, who hail from Delhi, are thankful to the locals, as without them, Gaurav could not have been saved. Well, he was once a very respected person, but now he is cooling his heels in jail. Let's find out what turned the tables around.
The person you see on your screen is Bhaskar Murthy. Currently, he is in the custody of Davangere's Jagalur police station. But what brought him is rather interesting. In just 8 months' time, he had managed to steal over 40 bikes. But Bhaskar Murthy was not always like this. His past will leave you in disbelief. Bhaskar Murthy was a close aide of former Gangavati MLA Paranna Munnoli. The former MLA got rid of him after he came to know that he was misusing his name to gain unnecessary favours. Once ousted, he got more serious with his bike stealing business. He, along with his accomplice, have stolen around 40 bikes. They would sell expensive bikes for a paltry amount. During one such sale, the police managed to nab him.
ಸಂಶಯಾಸ್ಪದ ರೀತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ತಿರುಗಾಡುತ್ತಿದ್ದ ಇಬ್ಬರು ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿಗಳನ್ನು ಅವನ್ನ ವಿಚಾರಣೆಗೆ ಒಳಪಡಿಸಿದಾಗ ಅವರು ಅಲ್ಲಿದ್ದ ಮೋಟರ್ ಸೈಕಲ್ ದಾಖಲೆಗಳಿಲ್ಲದೆ ಇದ್ದದ್ದನ್ನು ಕಂಡು ಅವ್ರನ್ನ ತಂದು ಪೊಲೀಸ್ ಠಾಣೆಗೆ ತಂದು ಹೆಚ್ಚಿನ ವಿಚಾರಣೆ ಒಳಪಡಿಸಿದಾಗ ಅವರು ಬೆಳ್ಳಾರಿ ಜಿಲ್ಲೆಯ ತೋರಣಗಲ್ ಮತ್ತು ಬೆಳ್ಳಾರಿ ನಗರದಲ್ಲಿ ಹಲವಾರು ಕಡೆ ವಾಹನ ಕಳ್ಳತನ ಮಾಡಿ ಒಂದು 40 ಮೋಟರ್ ಸೈಕಲ್ಗಳನ್ನು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಜಗಳೂರಿನ ಸುತ್ತಮುತ್ತ ಗ್ರಾಮಗಳಿಗೆ ಮಾರಾಟ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದು ದೃಢಪಟ್ಟಿದೆ.
The duo were about to crack a deal when the cops grew suspicious. They took Bhaskar Murthy into custody and interrogated him. Once the Lati started to do the talking, both Bhaskar Murthy and his accomplice Krishnamurthy Kulkarni narrated their story. The cops have also learnt that there were two middlemen who were helping Bhaskar Murthy sell the stolen bikes. The cops are on the lookout for the middlemen. A case has been registered and further investigations are on. The residents of Jagalur are a happy lot since they no longer have to worry about their two-wheelers. Baswaraj Doddamani, News9, Davangere.